In this video, I'm going to help you become better at FIFA. To give some context, I'm an ex-professional FIFA player and current competitive Elite Division standard player. What I'm going to do in this video is show you some things happening in the Elite Division and some tips that you guys can add to your game. I upload every single day with videos helping you guys improve, so if you want to become a better FIFA player, hit that sub button right now, and if you're watching this and it has less than 300 likes, do me a big favour, hit that like button. The first tip I can give you guys is it's very important to get your tactics right. If you do look on my channel, tons of different tactics videos from a variety of formations. I actually uploaded one yesterday with all 4 of the tactics I'm currently using. So if you want to check that out, go back on my channel. You can get yourself set up in the right custom tactics and be ready to play. Okay, so one thing you've got to be very careful of is through balls are still very good on this game. What you're going to see here, my opponent gets in a position, and what I try to do is I make it look like I'm going to press him to force him into a pass. So you can see I'm controlling Tamori here. I'm going to run a little bit towards Messi, but then completely back off and force him into a through ball. And then I'm just going to end up winning the ball back because I forced him into that trap. He thought that I was going to press him and he had to pass. So I'll let that play in full. You see here, go towards Messi, back off a bit, force him into the pass, and then I end up winning the ball back. Once you do win the ball back, the most important thing is not to just give it back straight away. You can see here we're using the wings. What I try to do in these situations all the time is cut the ball back into the middle somehow. So whether that's the guy on the edge of the box, whether that's if I've got a pass inside the box, you've got to try and sort of work something into a guaranteed opportunity. So you can see here, ball roll inside, I pass to Valverde. If you're in this sort of position, your opponent is going to panic. It's important that you don't. Like a lot of people here will just shoot. It is not the thing to do. You can see I actually turned down and play an extra pass to Ginola there, which gives me a guaranteed goal. So I'll let that whole phase of play go through again. We bait him into the pass, win the ball back. We play the ball into the midfield and then get the ball out wide. This is how I score a lot of my goals. Through ball down the line. Be patient. Look for the options in the middle. Try and find the extra pass. And then find the finish. And that is a goal you'll see time and time again at a very high level of FIFA. Use of the second man press is also very, very important. Something I'll do a lot, as you can see here, is I'll press the ball manually, and then when I get near to the player, I'll actually switch off of them to do something else. So here you can see Alawiron. I'm using him on the second man press, and then I'm actually dragging Butragueno back manually to get near to Vieira. So I'm trying to do 2 jobs at once. I'm pressing with the AI, and then manually positioning myself as well. You can see we're just trying to force him into little traps here. You'll see me constantly switching, holding the second man press, and we eventually force him into an error there. Pace is very good on this game. You can see there 2 little flicks of the right stick, and Mbappe absolutely just accelerates away from the defender. What I do here is I look up at Alawiron, who is the player in the box, and I tap R1. What this is going to do is it's going to stop him from running offside and come a little bit more towards me. So you can see here, I'm able to get that pass off. I try and find the pass in the middle, but my opponent actually defends it very well in the end. You can see he plays a little through ball to his guy here. It's just about covering the options. This is actually very good play from my opponent, and he's going to end up creating himself an opportunity. Very bad from me. That is a prime example of what you've got to be so careful of. I see this so much. So it's when you win the ball back and you almost just sort of instinctively press the pass button to get it away. And I've given him a free goal here. So he gets very lucky with the ball roll scoop. But then once I win the ball back here, I've just got to be a little bit more composed, go back to my keeper and then play out. Instead, I panic a bit, press pass, and I end up giving him a free goal. You've got to be so careful there. Mentality in FIFA is super underrated. It could be very easy for me in a situation like this to just lose my head, like I've given him a free goal. Things aren't going the best in this game. But you've just got to try and play the whole game at your absolute best. A bad offside trap from me there. He forces the pass. I sort of cover it well enough to win the ball back anyway. And from this position, I'm trying to go with what is sort of my go-to attack, which is to get the ball in the middle of the pitch and find the runners out wide. So you can see here a great through ball over to Alawiran. I use a player lock there. I'm going to let that play back again so you guys can see exactly what I have done. So watch Butragueno carefully here. Here's the striker. He is running offside. What I've done is I've player locked to bring him back a little bit. So he gets away from the defender and also stays onside. And then he's free there for a pass. Really good defending from my opponent in the end. And that attack comes to nothing. But you can see the idea there. I was trying to cut the ball back and then work something with Butragueno. But you can see here, our opponent, he ends up giving away a free kick on the edge of the box. What I like to do here is I get 3 guys around the ball and I'll fake shot with the first one so that it sends him over the ball, fake shot with another one and then pass to that guy. So you'll see here, one runs over the ball, Alawiran here, he's going to run over the ball and then I pass to him, nearly get a shot off there, but that's great defending from my opponent. Okay, so here's another example of a nice attack. We end up winning a throw, and as much as I don't advise rushing throws, if you've got a guy in space and take it quickly, it can really catch your opponent off guard. So you can see here Mbappe, he's not offside, but it's worth bearing in mind you can't be offside from a throw anyway. So I switched to Mbappe really quick, play a nice little pass into the middle, and then try and force the ball back into a wide position. You can see here we've got it with Valverde. I play it down to Mbappe and then a first time pass into Ginola. What I did there was just make sure he was onside. And then we take one touch and bang. So I'll let that play out in full again. You can see my opponent has really struggled to defend that. It was quite a creative attack. So we get the ball to Mbappe, into Ginola, and then we find the back of the net. This is going to be another example of my set piece routine. So you can see what works best is, say you've got the free kick on the left side, you want a left footer for this routine. So you can see here, 2 men over the ball, fake shot with the first, fake shot with the second, and then we're actually going to get a goal off of it. We pass to him, just wait patiently until our forward is in the area, simple pass across, and I'll let that one play out in full for you guys. So send the dummy runners over, play the pass into him, and then the easiest goal you will ever score. That is something you guys can add into your game, and people in the weekend league are just not going to expect that at all. I really like this goal because it's an example of just quick, precise passing. So we get the ball out wide with our fullback there, and we just end up playing the ball perfectly into the middle. I'll break that down a little bit for you. So what I do here is I run with my fullback until I can see that I've got a player inside where it isn't going to get intercepted. So one more touch here, and then we play the ball inside to Ginola. Our opponent is obviously controlling the player near to us, so another pass forward there, and then he doesn't know what to do. It's very hard to defend in this situation, because if he starts coming towards me with the ball, I can play the pass over, and if he commits too hard to the guy making the run, then I can just keep running and score. So he commits too hard, we play the extra pass across, and it's an easy finish. Again here, you're going to see when I win the ball back just how good over-the-top through balls still are even after the patch. So we get the ball here with Butragueno, beautiful pass over the top, and we're using the pace, which you can do out wide. A nice little ball roll. He ends up defending it quite well in the end, but you can see what I'm trying to do every time is get the ball out wide and then work the ball back in. We try a driven pass there, which are actually very effective for that reason. Sometimes they just bounce off of the defender and come back to you. So that's worth keeping in mind as well. If you've got a striker free, you can just driven pass into them. You can see here, I'm very quick to bring the keeper out, which is something that you guys should think about as well. I can see here that his first touch isn't good. So then if he takes another one, I'm going to get the ball. So I'm bringing my keeper out as quick as possible. And then that allows me to go on a little attack of my own. Get the ball into the middle as always. Work the ball out wide. And it's just about waiting to see what your opponent does in a lot of situations. If they commit to the guy that's on the ball, you can pass elsewhere. It's about not forcing passes and making it easy for your opponent. That's not what we want to do. Perfect example of the throw in there. And then we accelerate away with Alawiran. get really unlucky there. It's a nice cut back into the middle. Okay, so this is the final goal of the game, and it is going to be from myself again. We defend the corner quite well. A lot of people will do what he did and take it short and pass it to the edge. It's just about not pulling players out and keeping them compact. So you can see here, he's trying to play a pass into his striker, and there's just so many defenders around him that it's never going to work. We win the ball back, and we're going to go on a little counter-attack here. So a ball roll scoop with Mbappe, a little bit of skill to get away, and then we're just going to work. And from this situation, it's all about composure. So many people will just shoot early and get it saved, or run it too long and the keeper just picks the ball up. What I'm doing here is I'm looking at the player, which is just a little bit lower than where we are now. So it is Ginola making a run, and I'm getting closer to the goal, and the closer I get, the more my opponent thinks I'm going to shoot. What I'm doing is I'm looking for that guaranteed extra pass. So you can see there, a dead stop fake, pass across, and then from here you're just never going to miss, are you? A nice finesse shot into the back of the net, and that is that. So honestly, guys, a lot of it is just looking for the extra passes and staying composed. I think there's a lot in this video that you guys can pick up. If you have any questions at all, please do let me know. Always happy to help you guys out. I'm here to help you improve. Please do leave a like rating. Let's hit 300, and subscribe if you haven't already. Thanks for watching, guys, and peace.